Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Welcome all for the morning Bhagavatam sessions. Today we will hear the nectar from Canto 5, chapter 16, text verses 1 to 2 from His Grace Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, over to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I seek the blessings of all the devotees before we begin. I will share the screen. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. We will begin with prayers and then we'll read these two shlokas. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurav Vishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So again seek the blessings of all the devotees. So we are going to enter into chapter 16, and the chapter is entitled A Description of Jambudvipa. We will see the connection also between this chapter and the previous ones. It begins with a question asked by Maharaj Parikshit. We will read the summary first of this chapter, and then we will go into the two verses in specific. So, chapter summary by Prabhupada. While describing the character of Maharaj Priyavrat and his descendants, Shukadev Goswami also described Meru mountain and a planet and the planetary system known as Bhumandala. Where is Shukadev Goswami talking about Bhumandala and Meru mountain? Actually, in the first chapter of this canto, we will see that shloka also. Bhumandala is like a lotus flower, and its 7 islands are compared to the whirl of the lotus. The place known as Jambudvipa is in the middle of that whirl. In Jambudvipa, there is a mountain known as Sumeru, which is made of solid gold. The height of this mountain is 84,000 yojanas, of which 16,000 yojanas are below the earth. Its width is 32,000 yojanas at the summit and 16,000 yojanas at its foot. And 1 yojana means approximately 8 miles. The king of mountain Sumeru, is the support of the Bhumandala, or an English equivalent is planet Earth. On the southern side of land known as Ilavarta Varsha. So here, Bhumandala is actually like a circular disc kind. In fact, not exactly circular. It is almost flat, but it kind of is like a mountain towards the center. At the center, it's slightly more high. That is what is explained in future. Also, you will see that. And in this Bhumandala, there are 7 islands, and the middlemost island is what is the Jambudvipa. So a circle, a big circular disc is divided into 7 islands. So how to visualize this? It is like in the center there is a circle, then that is Jambudvipa, and then there is ocean separating it, and next island is like a concentric ring. So next 7 islands are all like concentric rings, and the centermost island is like a circle, and each of these islands are separated by oceans. That is what will be seen later on, but just to give an understanding. And the centermost is the Jambudvipa, of which we are going to learn. On the southern side of the land known as Ilavarta Varsha. So maybe I will share the slides also parallelly, which is available in Gauranga Darshan Prabhu's presentation. I'm as it is taking it from here. So this is the center part of that Bhumandala, which is a circle, and surrounding this is an ocean. The ocean is a saltwater ocean. And then we have the next ring, which is the next island. And this Jambudvipa, you will see here, is further divided into, in the center here, it's divided into 3 parts, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 4, 5. Maybe here is more. Yes, this is how the Jambudvipa is divided. It is divided into 3 on the top. These divisions are called Varsha. On top there are 3 divisions. We call it as north. On the northern side there are 3 Varshas. On the southern side there are 3 Varshas. And in the middle there are 3 Varshas in the Jambudvipa. And the centermost Varsha is called Ilavrita Varsha. Ilavrita Varsha. And each of these Varshas are separated from one another through mountain ranges. And the names of the mountain ranges are given here. Ilavrita and Ketumala Varsha are separated by Malyavan and Gandhamadana mountain. We have heard this in the Bhagavatam. That is the mountain range separating Ilavrita and Bhadra Varsha. And for each of these Varshas, there is a predominating deity who, a form of Vishnu, who helps the living entities in that region come closer to the Supreme Lord. Like Hari Varsha. In Hari Varsha, Narsimhadev is the predominating deity. You will see in further chapters, there is a chapter called Prayers Offered by the Residents of Jambudvipa. So there Prahalad Maharaj, who resides in Harivarsha, worshipping Narsimha, he also offers a prayer, very beautiful prayer, where he says that let there not be enmity, enviousness between every living entity, and let there be all auspiciousness unto all. Like that he prays, like that. And below Harivarsha there is Kim Purusha Varsha. We have heard sometimes that Hanuman and all other devotees of Lord Ram reside in Kim Purusha Varsha. So the predominating deity here is Lord Ram, like that. So I'm not sure if I had taken that. Yes, it is here. Who is the predominating deity? Harivarsha mein there is Narsimha and Prahalad is the great devotee. Kim Purusha Varsha, Rama is the predominating deity. And next is the Bharata Varsha. And in Bharata Varsha, which is separated from Kim Purusha by Himalayas, the predominating deity is Naranarayan Rishi, and the great sage or devotee is Narada Rishi. Okay. And in Ilavarta Varsha, Lord Shiva, in fact, it is said here, Lord Shiva is the only male. All others are female here. And if anyone enters this place, they are cursed to become females, like that. Lord Shiva is the predominating deity. And Lord Shiva is the devotee, and Sankarshan, the predominating deity here. And in Ketumala, there is Rishikesha, Kamadev is also here. That way. And Bhadra Varsha, higher Shisha is the predominating deity. And Ramyaka mein Matsya is the predominating deity, and Manu is here. And in Hiranmaya, Kurma is the predominating deity, and Aryama is the person there. And Uttarakuru mein Varaha and all the inhabitants are whom it is made of. So, that way. So, now coming back. So now it is said on the southern side of Ilavarta Varsha, there are mountains known as Himavan, Hemakuta, Nishada. You look at it. Himavan, Nishada, Hemakuta. These are all on southern side of Ilavrita Varsha. And on the northern side, there are mountains like Nila, Shweta, Shringavan. On the northern side, Nila, Shweta, Shringa. Similarly, on the eastern side, there is Gandhamadan, and on the western side, there is Malayavan. Like that. On the east and west, there are Malayavan and Gandhamadana. And surrounding Sumeru mountain are 4 mountains known as Mandara, Meru Mandara, Supavrisha, and Kumada. Each 1000 yojanas long. Sumeru is 84,000 yojanas in height. And width is, it's like a tapering kind of frustum of a cone, where above you have 32,000 yojanas, the width of the Mount Sumeru, and below it is 16,000, like that. And all the other mountains, these are 10,000 yojanas long and 10,000 yojanas high. On these 4 mountains, there are trees 1,100 yojanas high. We'll show that also here. Just here. So now we have come into the Ilavrita Varshalun, and in that these Gandhamadan, Nishad, Malyavan, Nila, they are all here. And within this Ilavrita Varsha, there are 4 mountains: Mandara, Meru Mandara, Supavarsha, Kumada. And each of them, how many in height? 10,000 yojanas height. And on top of that, 1,100 yojanas high trees are there. On Kumuda, there is a banyan tree. On Mandara, there is a mango tree. On Meru Mandara, there is a jambu or rose apple tree. And Supavarsha, there is a tree from where sugarcane juice, honey, etc. comes. That is what is mentioned. 1 yojana is approximately 8 miles. It is given here. 1 yojana is 8 miles. On each of these 4 mountains, there are 1,100 yojanas high. All these trees. And what do these trees do? There are also lakes full of milk, honey, sugarcane juice, pure water. And lakes can fulfill all desires. And there are the Nandan gardens. Some gardens are also there, like Chitra, Ratha, Vaibra, Jaka, Sarvato Badra, like that. There is on the Supavrisha mountain, there is a Kadamba tree from where honey flows. That is on the western side. We saw a tree. The tree that's present on the Supavrisha is a Kadamba tree, and from that Kadamba tree holes honey flows. Honey flows from its hollows, and on the Kumuda there is a banyan tree, and from the roots of the banyan tree, rivers containing milk, yogurt, and other desirable things flow. Surrounding Sumeru mountain, like filaments of the world, there are 20 other mountain ranges. Like here, you will see surrounding Sumeru, like here it's written 20 mountain ranges, like filaments, which has the same height as Sumeru, it seems. Okay. So these mountain ranges are given. In the Bhagavatam Shloka, all the 20 are given. But here in the summary, Prabhupada is writing few of them. Kuranga, Kurara, Kusumba, Vaikana, and Trikuta. Trikuta hill is one important thing, because Gajendra used to live in that place and he used to go to take bath on the valleys of Trikuta mountain, like that. So, and then to the east of Sumeru are the mountains Jathara and Devakuta. To the west, Pavana and Pariyartha, and to the south are Kailash and Karavira, and to the north, Trishanga and Makara. What are we talking about here? Let's see. This part is not, I did not take, I think, a picture. To the east of Sumeru, there are two mountains. To the west, there are two. To the south, there are two. And to the north also, there are two. And yes, I think I have taken it here. It is here. Yes, here. This is Sumeru, the east, west, north, and south. There are two each. On the summit of Mount Sumeru, there is Brahmapuri. This part I will let you know where this comes exactly. But here, on the summit of Mount Sumeru is Brahmapuri. This is the summit or the centermost point of Mount Sumeru. On that, there is Brahmapuri where Lord Brahma resides. This is given here. Brahma resides here. And then there are other devatas whose you can't Brahma lives in Brahma Loka, Satya Loka, but this is another place in the Bhumandala where Brahma has been allotted a place. Same way Kuvera is here, like that. So Yama is here. So that way. Surrounding Brahmapuri are cities of King Indra and other 7 other demigods. They are 1/4 of the size of Brahmapuri. So this is the chapter summary. Now we go to the first and second sloka. It's little technical, and sometimes our modern scientific understanding may not exactly tally with this, but we put our faith in the Vedic texts because these Vedic texts have never been refuted, although they may not have been proven. It is certain things, even current astronomy, they don't have a clear-cut answer based on their model also. So we put our faith in the scriptural words rather than trying to figure out how this is true. Scientists will eventually get there, trying to understand the Vedic cosmology and seeing if their models can better explain through the Vedic cosmological explanation, like that. So the first verse is of prose order. Rajo Vacha Uktastwaya Bhumandalaayama Vishesho Yavad Adityastapati Yatra Chasho Jyotisham Ganais Chandrama Va Saha Drishyate. Raja Vacha, Maharaj Parikshit said, Ukta, already been said, Tvaya, by you, Bhumandala, of the planetary system known as Bhumandala, Ayama Vishesha, the specific length of radius, Yavat, as far as Aditya, sun, Tapati, heats, Yatra, wherever cha also asau that Jyotisham of the luminaries, Ganai with hordes, Chandrama the moon, Va either Saha with Drishyate is seen. Translation. King Parikshit said to Shukadeva Goswami, O Brahmana, you have already informed me that the radius of the Bhumandala extends as far as the sun spreads its light and heat. So, what is the width of the Bhumandala? As far as the sun spreads its light and heat, and as far as all the moon and other stars can be seen. That is the entire dimension of the Bhumandala. Purport. In this verse, it is said that a planetary system known as Bhumandala extends to the limits of sunshine. According to modern science, sunshine reaches the Earth from a distance of 93 million miles. If we calculate, according to this modern information, 93 million miles can be considered to be the radius of the Bhumandala. The Gayatri mantra we chant, Om Bhur Bhuvas Swaha. The Bhur refers to Bhumandala. Tat Savitur Varenyam means the sunshine spreads throughout Bhumandala. Therefore, sun is worshipable. The stars, which are known as nakshatra, are not different suns, as modern astronomers suppose. Astronomers put stars in the category of sun. However, from Bhagavad Gita 10.21, we understand that stars are similar to the moon. Nakshatranam aham shashi. That means of all the nakshatra, I am moon. That means Krishna is putting them on the category of moon. And Prabhupada is saying, like the moon, stars also reflect sunshine. Apart from our modern distinguished estimations of where planetary systems are located, we can understand that the sky and its various planets were studied long before Srimad Bhagavatam was compiled. Shukadev Goswami explained location of planets, and this indicates that the information was known long before Shukadev Goswami related it to Maharaj Parikshit. The location of various planetary systems was not unknown to the sages who flourished in the Vedic age. So mainly Prabhupada is talking about two things here. One is how big the Bhumandala is, and how modern people put stars in the same category as sun, but Krishna says it's similar to moon. And last, Prabhupada is saying, don't think that only currently there is some scientific advancement or study of astronomy, and people were very primitive in the past. No, even before Shukadev Goswami spoke the Srimad Bhagavatam, these things were already known to sages, like that. So we'll also recite the second shloka. Second shloka doesn't have a purport, and then we'll see the connection of this where Shukadev Goswami had spoken previously. The second shloka. Tatrapi Priyavrata Ratacharana Parikhati Saptabihi Saptasindava Upaklapta Yata Etashaya Saptadvipa Vishesha Vikalpastvaya Bhagavan Kalau Shuchita Etad Eva Kilam Aham Manato Lakshantas Cha Sarvam Vi Jignasami Tatra Api. In that Bhumandala, Priyavrata Rathacharana Parikhate. By the ditches made by the wheels of the chariot used by Priyavrat Maharaj while circumambulating Sumeru behind the sun. Sapta Bihi, by the seven Sindavaha oceans, Upakalptaha, created, Yataha, because of which, Etashaya of this Bhumandala, Saptadvipa of the 7 islands, Vishesha Vikalpa, the mode of construction, Tvaya, by you, Bhagavan, O great saint, Kalau, indeed, Shuchitaha, describe Etat, this, Eva, certainly, Akilam, whole subject, Aham, I, Manataha, from the point of view of construction, Lakshan, Lakshanataha, Lakshanataha, and from the symptoms, Cha, also, Sarvam, everything, Vi, Vijig, Vijig, Vijignyasami, wish to know. Translation: My dear Lord, the rolling wheels of Maharaj Priyavrat's chariot created 7 ditches in which 7 oceans came into existence. Because of these 7 oceans, Bhumandala is divided into 7 islands. You have given a very general description of their measurement, names, and characteristics. Now, I wish to know of them in detail. Kindly fulfill my desire. So, we will go to the first chapter and see the connection. One minute. So, Priyavrat actually had 10 sons here. Agnidra, Idma, Jihva, Yagnabahu, Mahivara, Hiranyareta, Griha, Gritaprishta, Savana, Medatiti, Vitihorta, and Kavi. And out of these 10, 3 of them were celibates. Remaining 7 were given these 7 dvipas. It is mentioned here. 3 of them, Kavi, Mahavira, Shavana, they lived in complete celibacy. And therefore, they eventually became Paramahamsas. And except Kavi, Mahavira, Shavana, all others were given one dvipa. And all these Maharaj Priyavrat got through the his wife Parhishmati, the daughter of Prajapati Vishwakarma. Okay. And he also begot one daughter called Urjashwati. Okay, so 10 sons and one daughter. And then he had another wife from whom he begot 3 children who are Uttama, Tamasa, Raivata, and all of them later became the Manus. They took charge of the later Manvantara millenniums. And then after the 3 sons were completely trained in Paramahamsa, Maharaj Priyavrat ruled for another 11 Arbudas of years. Prabhupada may have given here. What is one Arbuda? Arbuda means equals 100 million. So 1100 million or 1 billion, 11 billion years. And later he while doing this, he became increasingly entangled or kind of lost. Although he was a great soul, he appeared lost and behaved like an ordinary man. But then Priyavrat eventually became dissatisfied. He became dissatisfied once with sun god. Why? Because when the sun is on the northern side of the Mount Sumeru, the southern side receives less light, and when it is on southern side, northern side receives less light. So Priyavrat did not like this situation. Therefore, what he did, he encircled the Sumeru hill on his chariot. In encircling Sumeru hill on his chariot, the sun god actually illuminates all the planetary systems. So he also followed that orbit, and wherever the sun was unable to give light, he was able to provide it. And it is mentioned in this purport. How could he do that? Because he was empowered by the Lord himself, like that. So that way. And when he followed the sun's path, he actually drove on his chariot behind the sun. And the rims of those chariot wheels actually created 7 oceans, 7 ditches, which later on became filled with 7 oceans, known as Bhumandala, into 7 islands. And what are the names of those 7 islands? Jambudvipa, Jambu, Plaksha, Shalmali, Kusha, Krauncha, Shaka, and Pushkara. And each island is twice as large as the one preceding it. So the centermost is small, next is 2 times bigger, then again 2 times bigger, like that. And each is surrounded by a liquid substance, which is the ocean. And Jambudvipa is surrounded by salt water. And the next Plakshadvip, sugarcane juice, like that. Then liquor juice, ocean, clarified butter ocean, milk ocean, like that. So all these islands became surrounded by ocean, and each ocean is equal in breadth to the island that it surrounds. So whatever is the breadth of the island, same breadth the ocean also had, like that. Maharaj Priyavrat gave the sovereignty of all these islands to their respective sons. Jambudvipa was given to Agnidra. Later on, all others were given one also, like that. And what happened to his daughter? Urjaswati, she got married to Shukracharya, from whom we got Devayani, like that. So this is the connection to this chapter. So later on, of course, Priyavrat Maharaj gives up his family duties, etc., and then goes to see here, to stop quarreling among different people. Maharaj Priyavrat actually marked boundaries at rivers and edges of mountains and forests so that no one would trespass another's property, like that. And later he attains perfection. So this is all I wanted to share. It's a little technical one. Please forgive me if I have not explained very clearly. I'm also slightly unwell with cold, etc. So this entire 16th chapter, if you look at the summary here, I mean, the shlokas, what all you will learn apart from the first and second chapter. First one verse, Parikshit is inquiring, first 2 shlokas. Third shloka, he's saying why it is important to learn about creation. Then Shukadev Goswami actually begins to speak. All what we saw in the summary, how Bhumandala is like lotus, what is the width, how are they divided, Ilavarta is in the center. Then on the north there is Ramyaka, Hiranmaya, Kuru. On the south there is the Harivarsha, Kimpurusha, Bharatavarsha, and all of them are separated by mountains. On the 4 sides of this great mountain, those trees that we spoke about. And between these 4 mountains are 4 huge lakes. And demigods come to enjoy facilities of those lakes. And there are also 4 celestial gardens. And from where gold is obtained also, they say. See here. The jambu tree gives.
Prabhuji, you're sharing, Prabhuji? Sharing this?
Oh, sorry, Prabhu. I didn't share.
No problem, no problem.
Sorry, Prabhu. Okay, so here if you see, we spoke about that jambu tree. From great height, the fruits, the pulp falls and they break into pieces, and that juice forms a river called Jambu Nadi. And then the mud on both the banks of this Jambu Nadi, moistened by this flowing juice, and they eventually later on dried by air and sunshine, produces huge quantity of gold. So called Jambu Nada, like that. So very tough for a scientific person to understand this. But Prabhupada says, why should you not, uh, instead of directly rejecting it, why don't you develop your science to at least make an attempt that to see whatever you can observe. Some things are beyond our limited sense perception, but some things one could even study and see whether it is making sense with what they are observing. So there are a lot of such things given here. How gold is produced. Maybe they can try to do some experiment and see uh, if it is within their scope. Then uh, some things they can even verify. So then about the banyan tree, everything is said here. And they're also saying how the residents of this Ilavarta Varsha, they don't have any wrinkles that way. And these other 20 mountain ranges, which are like filaments, are said here. And this one alone, I will let you know where exactly this is. On the western side of Sumeru are 2 mountains named Pavana and Pariyatra. On the southern side of Sumeru, Kailash and Karavira. Like that. So this part alone, maybe the devotee who is explaining the shloka may give more details. Currently, I am unable to clearly understand where this comes. Is it on the summit or on the eastern side? Because the slides I could not clearly find out where it is. So again, this is the Jambudvipa, which is a circle, and Ilavarta is exactly in the middle. So that's only I wanted to say. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. The wonderful class, and basically though it was technical, but with the presentations, I think it made more the since it was visible, we could probably understand more better, Prabhuji. So thank you so much. One point I had, Prabhuji, this sudden shift from 15 to 16. The 15th he was describing the descendants of Priyavrata. So actually the beautiful last shloka, which is about Viraja, the qualities and all, and then sudden shift to the description of Jambudvipa and all of the technical things. Is there any reference to why this shift has happened?
Parikshit just became curious and asked first chapter mein you just spoke about Priyavrat's creating ridges, but I want to know more in detail. In fact, in one lecture, one senior devotee said also, even Gauranga Darshan Prabhu was sharing also here, that knowing the vastness of God's creation actually helps us to know His greatness. That is one. It helps us to know our insignificant position, and it also makes us detached from this world, because one small apartment may we are leading some bunch of people or heading the family, and we think we are very great. But compared to the vastness, what we are fighting for to become the richest person even in on planet Earth, or what we refer today, is such an insignificant thing compared to the Bhumandala. And what am I fighting for? Even if I become the richest or the most successful person, what is the use? It is such a small place. May I have come out first, and after death, everything is again taken away. So one becomes even distasteful towards uh, being topmost accomplished person in this world at the cost of giving up Krishna consciousness. A devotee understands that by the grace of Lord, with 8 to 10 hours, 8 hours, Prabhupada actually was very clear. Sometimes we extend. Whatever comes with 8 hours of hard work, uh, that is what we are destined to. Like that. Kamasya na indriya preetir, labho jiveta yavata. Bhagavatam says, whatever comes on its own accord. On its own accord means, Prabhupada would sometimes say, on its own means you should still work, but optimal work, 8 hours. And whatever is there, if it is within destiny that achieves great success, then within that 8 hours work, he may achieve great success. Like in Bhagavatam, in one place, it is said, Maharaj Yudhishthir did only 3 Ashwamedha Yagyas, but he became as glorified as Indra, who performed 100 Ashwamedha Yagyas, like that. So, the Lord decides who has to be glorified, who has to be not, who deserves to be glorified, etc. So even with doing minimal, sometimes great things can happen like that. Yes, Prabhuji. So that is one. And one other place I heard from a senior Vaishnava that uh, just like uh, the mother, when the child does some science exhibition, mother proudly, wants to tell everyone, see how intelligent my child is. He made this working model. Same way, a devotee has so much affection to the Lord that when he reads all these creation, etc., he appreciates God's intelligence behind this, and he glorifies about it also to others.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Anybody else? Any other question? You can please unmute and ask. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we are able to unmute Prabhuji. Hare
Oh,
Krishna.
yeah.
Vijay Prabhudev, thank you so much. As you said, it is really technical. So for me, I find it very challenging to be able to understand and able to remember these things. So somebody asks some questions like this. I always we all know Krishna is the Supreme Lord and He created all of this. So that much of understanding we have, and you know how great He is. But sometimes these things I will not be able to explain to somebody who asks these questions, things like this. I always open a book or try to give them some references. How to deal with this, or is this fine what I'm doing? Or should I put more effort to know this?
No, Prabhuji, this is perfectly okay. Now, even for in my case, sometimes I may remember certain things, but when they ask me in detail, scientifically, you explain how it is. Some of them I may not be able to know. So I tell, therefore, we should go back to the roots. So, how our spiritual life begins? It all begins first by putting faith in Shabda Praman. If one doesn't believe in the authority of Vedas, then that person, even if you try to scientifically explain, science currently, modern science, with whatever it has explored, that is the base with which that person will be refuting or trying to argue. No, the science says this, that. So we have to again sit and go back to the basics and try to help him understand how Shabda Praman or belief in Vedas is far more safer and reliable than believing in Pratyaksha Praman or Anumana Praman. So once he's convinced of that, then naturally he understands that all of us have our limitations. So some things fall into our perception box, some are way beyond our perception, but still he puts faith that these books are more credible than the current research that is going on in the field of modern science, where every day theories go on changing. And people are still convinced to put faith in that. Today, this theory is what is true, but tomorrow there is no guarantee that this is the theory. That is because they propagate with so much confidence that this is how it is, like that. So even the eclipse, etc., they don't talk much details. And using this Vedic astronomy also, one is able to explain several phenomena. So somebody who goes very deep into it may know both of them. We can humbly say that we have not gone deep into that subject matter, but we know for sure that the Vedic texts are more authentic, and only try to establish his faith in Shabda Praman.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Any further questions or comments, devotees? I think there are none, Prabhuji, so we can end the session here. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, once again. We'll end with Vaishnava Pranams. Vancha kalpatarupyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And thank you all. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time. Hare Krishna. I'll end the session.